Well, what are you doing over there? Well, Wally here. I'm down under the parachute, guys. I want to show you something. Stop it now. It's not Bruno's stick. It is definitely not Bruno's stick that he has just landed up on top of my working stump. Wait and you see this. He's like, you're not giving me enough attention. There is the stick. Do something with the stick. The stick is covered in mud, as you can see, completely covered in mud. Bruno, you want the stick? And it begins again. Stay tuned. Good dog. Stay. Guys, I made a video recently about ferro rods. I've actually made quite a few videos, but the most recent one about the different types of ferro rods that I have in my school here, and how to perform and stuff like that, guys. I mentioned the Bushcraft store, and I mentioned that the handles were falling off the ferro rods, guys. Now, the Bushcraft store got back onto me and said yes, that they did have issues with this, but they hopefully have them all resolved, okay? And then they were nice enough to send me one of these. Actually, they sent me a few of these as a sort of like a thank you, or thank you for complaining, Wally, or whatever it is, guys. This is a TBS Fatboy ferro rod. Look at the bloody size of it, guys. This is a beast. I haven't even used it. Look at the size of that thing. That is like the size of my hand and the thickness of my finger. This is the biggest ferro rod I have ever seen in my life, guys. And these are under a tenner. Under a tenner. Look at the size of it. Look. There is a Sharpie. It is bigger than a Sharpie. It's a beast. But it isn't any good. Well, we gotta try that, don't we? Sorry. Actual specs, 12.5 millimeters wide by 150 millimeters long. I know, why don't they just say what it is in centimeters and inches and stuff like that? I can never figure that stuff out. Okay, let's throw some sparks with it. Right. Sit. I don't want that stick. I really don't want that stick. Okay, guys, all ferro rods come out of the factory with a black coating on them, okay, just to prevent them from corroding and stuff like that. Let us give that a wee scrape off. When I am using a ferro rod, guys, what I like to do is I like to scrape the ferro rod the same way I would make feather sticks, if that makes sense. So I scrape it, then I turn it, oh, it's a decent ferro rod. This is not a great striker, but that is a decent ferro rod, guys. Let's try it with a different striker. This is the Forest Fundamental striker, which is a very good striker compared to these. Look, I burnt my finger. Guys, that is a serious rod, okay? For under a tenner, right? Now, let's try a little bit of fireworks with it. Now, if you don't know what fireworks are, I don't know what the correct term for them is. We just call them fireworks here at Red Branch. Basically, what you do is you scrape your ferro rod nice and slowly, right? And by scraping it nice and slowly, what happens is that little pieces of steel come off, but they don't go on fire. And then you can build up a pile and then set them all on fire at once, like fireworks. Hey, Cooter. What, are you cold? Do you want to go home? We'll go home soon, okay? Good dog. Sit. Or you might go back. You don't like this. Okay, so look. Very simple, just like this. You should hear it scrape, guys. Ah! I set it on fire by accident. Sorry. You can get a lot going with this. You get the idea. This is cool. A big ferro rod, guys, is handy. I would much prefer to have a big ferro rod than a small ferro rod. I think the skinny ferro rods and those little ones that come on ties, and you see people with them hanging on their on their bags and on their toggles and stuff. Yeah, if you've nothing else, yeah, okay, but no. I would always prefer something that is decent, has a bit of substantiality to it. I just made up a word there. No. Because it's easier. It's easier to make sparks, okay? And if you are, especially if you're trying to get kids involved in bushcraft and stuff, having a bigger ferro rod makes it much easier for the kids. Much, much easier, guys. And what I'm finding is that this type of stuff that you're getting in the Bushcraft store and these other, these softer type ferro rods are much better, okay, than the harder type, like the Light My Fire ones and stuff like that. It's decent. It's decent. Couple more sparks for you? Who wants more sparks? Me. I like it. Thanks for watching. Stay frosty. That is not a stick. It is not a stick.